Hi everybody, it's Mimberly and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a little just chatting video, just kind of talking about some opinions that I have about some of the stuff that's been happening in the gacha community recently. And you guys know me, that I don't really make these sort of videos unless I really feel the need to express my opinion on them, because this is more of a positive space. I don't like getting involved in drama. I think there are other content creators who cover that sort of drama way better than I do because they've got better sources and better ways of explaining things. That's why I personally have never done it. But we need to talk with regards to Mr. Love, Queen's Choice. Now, for those of you who don't know what that game is, it's a romance simulation which is basically filled with like superpowers, fantasies, and surprises. That's how the Twitter description explains it. Now, on the 27th of February, I know this is coming out a little bit late, they made an official end of service announcement, and this has broken the hearts of many players, and it also does set a bit of a dim future for their other games like Infinity Nikki and Love and Deepspace. So I want to get my opinion out, kind of explain what's happened for those of you who may have missed it, as well as kind of give my own opinion and what I think we need to kind of bear in mind going forward. So without further ado, I'm going to go onto my main screen, which is currently on my lad's background, but I'm just going to click one button and boop. Here we go. Right, so this is the official Twitter page. I haven't been following it because this is not a game that I have been personally keeping up with. If any of you have got experience with this game, please let me know. But they made an official end of service announcement on the 27th of February. And let's put it this way, I don't think the players are particularly happy. So without further ado, let me just read out what's been said for those of you who have not seen it. So, dear producers, this is the Mr. Love, Queen's Choice team. Since our journey began in 2019, we've shared 7 wonderful years together. Yeah, the game's been going on for 7 years, Jesus Christ. We are deeply grateful for your unwavering love and support. However, in recent years, increasing operational challenges have made it increasingly difficult to continue running the game. We have explored every possible option to keep the game running, hoping to stay with you longer. Unfortunately, after careful consideration by the developer and our operation team, we have regretfully concluded that we can no longer deliver an experience that meets your expectations under current circumstances. It is with heavy hearts that we announce that the difficult decision to end service for Mr. Love, Queen's Choice, the game will officially cease operations on the 27th of March 2026 at midnight UTC-8. Announcing this as we approach our 7th anniversary is equally difficult for us and fills us with profound sadness. We are truly sorry that we cannot continue this journey with you any longer. The team will still release the planned 7th anniversary commemorative update as our final heartfelt gift to you. Okay, before I go any further, I just want to say I am so sorry to any player who has been playing this game, or especially the people who have probably stuck by this game since it first released. I mean, I imagine there's probably quite a few of you out there. It's doing it just before the anniversary. I'm gonna be honest, that part doesn't sit right with me. Now, I don't know if their anniversary events is any different than the Love and Deepspace events, so again, this is where I'm going to be looking to you guys for that information. But I'm going to be completely honest, doing it near the anniversary, it's kind of a bit of a bittersweet farewell to the game, because it's like, okay, the game's been out for 7 years, you know, here's your anniversary awards, and that's it. Now, I'm pretty sure I have read this correctly when I say that when they say end of service, they mean as in the game's not going to be available anymore, but we're going to get onto that now. So, the next part of it reads, please see below for the specific timeline regarding the service termination. So, from February the 27th, 2026, all in-game purchases and new user registrations will be suspended. The refund request portal will open. So they've made this announcement on the 27th of February, and then not even allowed for anyone who may have not had the chance to play the game and wants to give it a go before the game closes to go, okay, we're just going to stop people from playing like now. So I'm going to be honest, I was actually genuinely tempted to cover this game. Want to say it was sometime last year, but I was just overwhelmed with all the other games I've been covering at the time, and I felt like adding another Otome game into the mix was going to complicate things, so I was like, okay, well, let me catch up with lads, and then I'll move on to that. I'm kind of glad I haven't now, because obviously then I'll be having like a half-finished series on my channel, and potentially bringing in a community of people that I would not be able to provide content for anymore. But the fact that they've blocked new user registrations from the day they made the announcement, in my opinion, is a little bit scummy, because I'm sure there are some people who may have not played the game for their own personal reasons, or maybe, say, for example, like me, they hadn't heard of it up until recently. So that does really suck. And the only reason I even knew this game existed was because I was researching other Otome games to potentially cover on top of Love and Deepspace, but obviously Lads is currently taking up most of my attention, and it's the game I'm mostly known for, so I would like to eventually bring another Otome into the mix. But that is a thing, that is a question for the future. I don't know how we're going to approach that yet personally on this channel, so stay tuned. Then, on March 27th, 2026, the game service will be officially terminated. The app will be removed from digital storefronts, servers will be shut down, and all login access will end. So the game is just not going to simply exist anymore. What a slap in the face for anyone who has spent money with the company over the last 7 years. And this is not me trying to say, this is not me attacking Infold, please, so bear this in mind. This is just my personal opinion. This is the risk when you play live service games. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a full believer of, if you purchase a game, say for example on Steam, you should get to keep it, right? But this is the risk that we will face with live service games, okay? This is not me trying to defend Infold or anything, but I'm just saying, even if a company is not making money from it, it still costs the company money to run it, because they need to have a development team who is constantly providing updates, and they have to keep the servers running. All of this adds up to a lot of money in the long run. But the fact that they've basically made it so all of your progress, anything you've purchased in the game, is all gone. All they've got is the memories, and if you were following a Mr. Love Queen's Choice video, like a content creator, then you'd have those videos to fall back on if you ever wanted to find out about the game in the future. Because at one point I was tempted to do that with Lavender posting the new content for Lads at the time. I think she suspended that though, because I think it was something to do with the monetization. I could be wrong. But I'm going to be completely honest, that does feel like a very big slap in the face, and so close to the anniversary as well. It's like, what about the players who do want to spend the time to replay through everything that they've unlocked or purchased in the last 7 years? It does feel like they're kind of rushing the process a little bit. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that, but it does really, really suck. And let's not forget that deleting the customer data, which I'm going to get onto that in a minute, because I think that links to the Online Safety Act. But, well, I think it does. I'll get onto that in a second. Then on April 30th, the deadline for the refund requests close. So I'd be interested when they say the refund portal closes. I'm not sure what they mean by refund, so I'm gonna open the frequently asked questions on another tab, and we'll get back to that in a moment. And then finally, on May the 18th, our official community pages will be taken offline in stages. Customer service channels will be closed. So they're gonna shut down basically all social media, like this game never existed. I don't know if Mr. Love and Queen's Choice has a Discord server, but I would be interested to kind of know, have you guys made any friends from, you know, Mr. Love, Queen's Choice, like that sort of thing? Because I'm sure there are people that have bonded over the game. Like, for example, me, I've got my friends that I've made from Love and Deepspace. I've got you guys. Like, I've got a lot of people from this community who I wouldn't have met thanks to this game. And I know that eventually, as horrible as this sounds, and I hate saying this, Love and Deepspace is not going to be around forever, and I choose to still spend my money on the game, because not just because obviously I'm a content creator, but also because it's making memories and I'm making so many friends from this community. But if this is Love and Deepspace in like the next 7-8 years, I will be like mid-30s. I will be fucking heartbroken, okay? That's just my personal opinion. But then, beginning the May the 18th, this is the bit I kind of wanted to cover as well. All player account data will be securely deleted with the exception of transaction records we are legally obligated to retain. We have always prioritized and worked diligently to protect the privacy and data security of every producer. For further details, please visit our end of service frequently asked questions. Okay, so that means they're not retaining the information. Payment information, I think they legally have to keep for tax purposes. I could be wrong. I don't run a business. But yeah, I feel so bad for the players right now. As a token of our gratitude, the following in-game rewards will be distributed. Yeah, this is the bit that's taking the piss from me, okay? So, they are giving out awards. They're giving out 100 wish coupons and 100 Dream Glow wish coupons. So, I'm assuming that's like the limited and the standard banner. Gems, a 7th anniversary item, everlasting pendant. Why are you going to give them an event item if they're not going to be able to access it in like less than a month at that point? Because that's the 10th of March, because obviously Americans in a lot of countries put the month before the date. So on the 27th of February, you get 100 wishes for limited and standard, from what I'm understanding. 10th of March, you get some gems, you get a confessed wish, I'm not sure what that is. And then you get a 7th anniversary event item, everlasting pendant. Well, what's the point in giving them that if they're not going to be able to use it? Then they get another one the week after. I don't know what mystery keys or karma promises are. And then on the 24th of March, literally 3 days before the game closes, they get even more. At that point, you might as well just give it all to them at the same time and just get it out their systems, so that way they can choose and basically not... Because if they pull anything on that 24th of March, that means they have less than 3 days to play through everything. That seems kind of sucky. Right, okay, look at this, right? So, furthermore, 7th anniversary limited avatar frames, titles, live 2D backdrops, and other commemorative items will be prepared for all producers. The anniversary event featuring 5 super rare and 5 rare karmas will proceed as scheduled. Please note that this final update will not include character voiceovers due to production constraints. So they're getting new content and it's not even voiced by the characters that they've grown to love over the last 7 years, assuming there's been no VA changes. But what the hell? A vast amount of anniversary awards will be sent directly to all producers free of any requirements. Finally, dear producers, while our service is ending, the love we shared is not. Every moment and every heartbeat we experienced together in Loveland City over these past 7 years will live on in memory, continuing to accompany you. We sincerely hope you carry the beauty of our time together forward, continuing to love bravely, to believe, and to shine as the brilliant protagonists of your own stories. With heartfelt gratitude, the Mr. Love Queen's Choice team. Okay, right, that's a lot to take in, but my general feeling is this is unfortunately the fate of playing live service games. We're not going to be expecting these companies to run these games forever. Now, I do wish they had kind of done it, so maybe they had maybe they had some way of at least maintaining like a regional server, or maybe putting it online so that way people could still log in and have access to your stuff. Because if I was putting money into a game for 7 years and then they stopped running, that would break my heart. I mean, obviously, granted, my opinion is a little bit more biased because obviously, you know, I'm a content creator. So if I pull a card, I've got the memory of playing it because I can watch myself play it, as cringy as that sounds. But for the basic everyday person, that really fucking sucks. Like, I'm just having a look at the frequently asked questions now. I'm just going onto that screen. But, like, think about it. There's going to be multiple people who have played the game for multiple years. Some of them being around, I think the game, so 7 years. So that meant the game would have released around 2019. And, like, that's the thing. These Otome games can help us drastically. I mean, personally, for example, with me, Love and Deepspace was not around during the COVID pandemic, but I was incredibly lonely during that time, and having a game like Love and Deepspace would have really gone a long way for me. Mr. Love Queen's Choice players would have had that to help them through COVID, and it basically just feels like they're losing 7 years of their daily routine, potentially, if they stuck with the game for that long. It's like, it's a safe space for us, basically, and, you know, it's a loss of content. Like, you know, all the progress, the story content, the characters, collectibles, everything is gone, and they've got nothing to show for it except for the memories. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember every single bloody lads card I played. If I did, I'd be a fucking genius. But then you've got the whole, like, community aspect of it, where, like, you know, people could be, you know, they could have made friendships from this, or maybe they have, I don't know, say they have, like, a Discord server that they participate in. Those are going to eventually get shut down, so people are going to be forced to start, you know, making their own separate team, like, group chats if they want to stay in contact after the game. And they're literally shutting it down within a month of announcing it. That does feel a little bit rushed. But I wonder if a part of it is because they're going to be reallocating the people who were working on Mr. Love's Queen's Choice to maybe a new game. Or maybe they've been, I don't know, maybe they're planning on reallocating some of the devs to Infinity Nikki, Love and Deepspace, or any of the other games they may run. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like 7 years is really a long time for a live service game, especially with, like, the rate that main story gets updated. If we go off of Love and Deepspace main story updates, we don't get one every month. Like, we don't get, you know, constant updates like we do for, say, for example, Hoyoverse, who pump out updates, I think it's every 8 weeks, if I remember correctly. Maybe 8 weeks, depending. So it just feels like they're losing a part of themselves, and that's the thing. I'm not talking from personal experience because I never played this game. So if you have played this game and I would like to hear your opinion about it. But kind of going forward, it does really make you feel like gacha games need to respect their players more, because you're just gonna fuck them like this in the end. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, let's have a quick look at these frequently asked questions. Oh god, this is fucking bright, and I have no way of putting this in dark mode, so I do apologize. So, question 1. Is it possible to keep my account data? Unfortunately, we cannot. We are governed by strict contractual and legal obligations, designed to protect your privacy and data security. Once service ends, we are required to delete all account data to ensure it is neither retained or used in any way. Will the third-party accounts linked to my game account also be deleted? So yes, please be assured after the refund deadline passes, beginning May 18th, we will initiate the secure deletion and verification of all account-related data, with the sole exception of purchase records we are legally required to retain. This includes all fixed third-party login information. You may also proactively unlink your account from those platforms at any time. So, this is the refunds process, right? So, eligible purchase period. So, from January 27th to February 27th, you're eligible to get a refund on any purchase. So, if you've bought like a daily login or like a battle pass or anything, again, not played the game, so I don't know what it offers. It's crazy. And look, important note for iOS users. For iOS App Store purchases, we cannot process refunds directly. You must contact Apple support. And this is why you don't go Apple, people, because they're fucking shit. Pardon my... Sorry. Controversial opinion. I think Apple are a waste of space. But there you go. What happens to my monthly card days that go beyond the shutdown time? Following the end of service announcement on February the 27th, we will calculate compensation based on your account status at the time of this announcement. For any remaining active days on your monthly card that go beyond the shutdown time, we will convert each unused day into 30 gems. For example, if your monthly card is set to expire on April 30th, that means you have 35 unused days after the shutdown. Your compensation would be 35 days x 30 gems per day, which would equal 1,050 gems. We will process the data and send corresponding gems to your in-game mailbox within 7 business days after this announcement. Are you kidding me? What about the cumulative top-up ASMRs that are not voiced yet? Oh god, there was ASMR in this game. Oh, of course there was. Right, we sincerely apologise that this content will not be released as originally planned. As noted in our previous voiceover adjustment announcement, we have already distributed 2,000 gems to all eligible producers as compensation for the delay. Furthermore, we will convert each unlocked but unreleased ASMR into 15 emotion flowers as additional compensation. If you do not accept this conversion, please submit a refund form and contact our customer support via email or the in-game customer service. Jesus. So they're refunding all of this stuff, right? But it seems like they're trying to do it through in-game awards. And the in-game awards are not going to bloody matter at that point because, you know, the game's no longer running. Like, just looking at some of the comments here, right? Okay, I'm going to read some of the comments because they're actually making very good points here. So, First one, King Fritz and Queen Stanzi. Why can't you at least keep the game open? Years of time, money, and effort spent to collect cards, and you're telling me I'll never be able to see them ever again. I understand ending service, but removing accessibility entirely. Yes, this is the main thing that's going to get me. If I am spending money to get these cards, especially when these card packs, if Love and Deepspace is any consolation, can get pretty expensive. Obviously, I don't know how many love interests were in Mr. Love. Queen's Choice, I'm going to assume 4. That's still quite a lot of cards to have to unlock. Demand an offline version. If you truly value this game, make it known. Don't let them get away with shutting it down. Send emails respectfully. Open tickets. Show them you want it. Please give us an option to purchase an offline version so we get to keep what we have. Just like with Animal Crossing. It's too sad to just remove all our data after years of playing this game. I'm in tears right now. I can't believe this is happening. Please don't do this to us. I've been playing this game since the very beginning. I don't want to lose Gavin. I'm going to assume Gavin is one of the love interests. Our refund's going to be for every purchase someone made while the game was running, because if someone paid to have the various cards and you decide to just delete everything, that's not right. To all the lads players, please stop posting content related to your game under this My Love Queen's Choice thread. The fans of this game are still grieving, and the last thing they need is more upsetting comments from you. Okay, if you're doing that, stop. Like, in the nicest way possible. I get that even the lads players are probably a little bit shaken, thinking, oh my god, this could be us one day. Which, 9 times out of 10 it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Don't be that person. Let these players let them be themselves. Please kindly consider making an offline version. It hurts to think that my first ever Otome game will be closing and I won't be able to read the main story ever again. The writing, OST, and characters have had such a special place in my heart for so many years. I felt that something is wrong with the increased amount of returns, but you closed the server so soon. Don't even give us more time to complete dates and storyline. Gosh, this is so insane and disappointing. Yeah, a month's notice is not enough for the amount of content that would have come up over 7 years. Please don't delete the game, please. Just keep the server offline, but don't erase it. My Love's Queen Choice has been with me for over 3 years already. It's my comfort place. I understand the reasons why it can't keep working, but please don't delete it. I was hoping for more time in this game. I really would appreciate if you wouldn't delete the game, but just let it go on without any updates. I want to interact more with Gavin. This is too soon. Yep, 7 years is too soon. You should consider making an offline version for the game instead of deleting all player account data. There must be a way to make an offline version. Oh my god, someone here? Total sign-in, 2,465 days. Oh my goodness, that is actually insane. First off, kudos to that guy for being, or that person for being so dedicated, but this is a very disappointing decision from them. Hopefully, again, I'm not going to, be that person to say, oh, I'm gutted about this, because again, it doesn't directly impact me because I've never played this game. But to the players who have, if you are into Love and Deepspace content, we will happily accept you with open arms. We're a very loving community here. And I want to hear your stories about the game. Let me know, who was your favourite character, your favourite day, what sort of memories have you got with this game? And let me know how long you've been playing and what you think of this. I do personally think that they should be making an offline version so the players can still access their content, even if they're not bringing out new content. I know there are certain games who have done that in the past, but unfortunately this is the nature of games that are in live service, and I think with rising costs and things like that, this situation's only going to get worse over time. But anyway, if you want to grieve, this is a space to do that. It's completely safe here. And if I do see any comments getting, abusive, just be kind to each other, please. I'll keep an eye on the comments to try and keep this space as friendly and safe as possible. If you do want to grieve, this is a safe place to do so. And hopefully there'll be something on my channel that you guys can hopefully use to help get over some things. But thank you guys so much for listening and watching. This is just very, very disappointing from Infold's part, and hopefully we don't see this again for a very long time.